Howdy howlers, it's Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Boyd. I write horror and I'm a witch and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine these three things. Today I am pulling the witch card and reading from Weave the Liminal by Laura Tempest Zakroff. And today we're talking about gods, deities, spirits, that sort of thing. I'm gonna wait for people to notice I'm live. It's gonna be fun. So there's a lot of streams going on right now, so I'm kind of not expecting a lot. Maybe I'll put some tags in my stream so rich people can find me. Witchy people. Witchy people. Witchy. Let's see here. Studio, right? It's not for kiddos. Copy with Cass. Anxiety relief, soft spoken. Really? Okay. That's a thing, apparently. There's some tags. Hi, doll. Hi, Sage. Took me a second. I'm still pre-coffee. Well, I'm mostly through this cup, so we might take a field trip to the kitchen, but I was doing some drawing this morning, trying to catch up because I didn't draw at all yesterday. Well, that's not true. I drew a little bit yesterday, but nothing was coming. I was halfway home from breakfast with the in-laws this morning when the security company called to tell me there was a problem at the house. Uh-oh. So I do hope you'll tell us the outcome of this conflict. Broke a lot of traffic rules to get home, and the whole yard was on fire. Why was it on fire? Any idea? Someone threw a cigarette or something? Like, what the fuck? Do say the things. Do say the things. There's not a lot of French that I could help with. I know parlez-vous français, and I know je suis un ananas, which means I am a pineapple. Grass fire. We assume someone flicked a cigarette or left a glass bottle in extremely quick. Oh, I never even considered that. Ooh, that's spoopy. Super spoopy. What is the resolution to this? You did the security company call the fire department or something? I am concerned for your well-being. My vision is super blurry. My eyes ache. Oh. And had it mostly under control. We're all fine, but I'm exhausted from putting out stragglers. Yeah. I definitely feel you there. My goodness. Well, I hope your day gets better. And you have time to, like, decompress a little bit. Because I can only fathom how fucking terrible that would be. Oh, that would be terrible. Terrible. All right. The gods made us, / we made the gods. Is there anything, seriously, Sage, is there anything I can do to help? Hi, Natalie. Okay, go lie down. Go do that. Yeah. Okay. It's Natalie. Okay. Okay. I hope you feel better. Yeah, super need a break. Super. All right. So about them gods. Also, I have a interesting announcement. Tomorrow is a special edition of Coffee with Cass. It is The Darkest Shadow. And what that means is I'm basically throwing cards with my super dark deck and the one that I drew, and really doing some shadow work with people on my stream. So if you are interested in having shadow work, working through some things, I will be available tomorrow to do such things. And then a little like self-care on how to take care of yourself after dealing with your shadow, which has worked out really well so far. Doing the double deck thing. Yes. I have another person coming from Twitch to get a full like Celtic Cross reading. Doll, do you want a full Celtic Cross, or do you want, is like a 3-card okay, or? Oh yeah, message me privately. That's cool. Okay. So that'll be a thing, and it'll probably run for 2 hours because some of those readings take up like 15-20 minutes. All right. So what are gods and where did they come from? Well, the gods may have created us, but we also created them. Both are true. It's my favorite chicken or the egg example. Some sort of energy pushed us all into being, and perhaps some of the gods were the earliest weavers, working that energy into patterns that made the world. They have revealed themselves to us in various ways, and we continually interpret those visions to understand the shape of the divine. When we look back at history, we start to see parallel myths, with gods emerging, merging, and disappearing. The popularity of certain deities has ebbed and flowed, gods rising and falling with civilizations and religions. A singular divine force may explain a singular divine force may explain how everything came into existence somehow, including the gods. But the humans have played and continue to play a large role in what the face of deity looks like. The gods help me connect to the world and understand it better and guide me on my path. Nice little run on there. But it's clearly apparent that they need me/us as well, whether it's through us feeding them energy through rites, rituals, and other devotional acts, or it's because they require us to do things in the physical world for a variety of reasons. It's a symbiotic relationship, one of give and take and working together. We are responsible for the evolution of the gods through our own hands and minds. If you pay close attention to Abrahamic mythology, you may have noticed something interesting about the first commandment. Thou shalt have no gods. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Somehow, over the time, this has become to mean there is but one God. But no, Yahweh's commandment acknowledges that there are indeed other gods because he specifically has to say, before me. He doesn't mention having another God after him. Also, the 10 Commandments are said to have come about when the Jews formed a covenant with Yahweh. Basically, they made a contract with that deity. Mythology is filled with people making contracts and agreeing with deities. Why would it matter to a god if people gave them specific attention? It matters if the deity gets something out of the exchange, definitely something to think about. Another thing to consider is that the concept of a singular, all-powerful, all-knowing deity could be compared to a genetic mutation or anomaly. It's not a deeply prevalent or logical idea. Most creation myths involve a cast of many deities stemming from a parental-like being who in turn gives life to other deities and completes their own life cycle. When we compare myths across the world, we see a recurring theme that deities are not all-knowing or powerful. Instead, a deity typically is assigned an area or areas of expertise, may collaborate with other deities to solve problems they can't tackle alone, and often exhibit very human-like behaviors. These familiar traits could be because we are made in their image, or that they are made in ours. The journal reflection is, if you come to witchcraft from some other religion with the intention to exchange that one out for something that fits you better, you're probably carrying around some baggage about what God is. Now is a great time to explore what you think and feel the divine is without the constraints of dogma, which is very very chaos magic-y. The evolution of gods. It wasn't religious ideas that separated us first, but simply survival. When a group of people thrived in a given area, despite or in the face of weather or illness, eventually there would come a point where the balance between people and resources was in jeopardy, and part of the group would need to splinter off and go to a new area. Being nomadic, migrating with the seasons and animals, was one way to prolong the inevitable. But as we learned to farm and domesticate, more room and resources were needed. In fact, all animals that naturally live in communal organizations, from horses, wolves, lions to bees, meerkats, and dolphins, hive off to protect resources and stimulate genetic diversity. This natural development leads to a crucial fundamental change in how a group experiences the world around them. Imagine that for several generations, your people had lived in a certain valley. Over time, they became familiar with its landscape, landmarks, flora and fauna, and the natural cycle of its weather patterns. All of these things influence how a person sees the world and how we develop our mythology, where we come from, what is proper protocol, and what we believe. Take a moment to say hello to Laurel. Hi, Laurel. We're talking about gods today. We are happy. Super, super happy. What about you guys? Do you guys work with gods? Is that a thing? What is your understanding of God? Whether it be the big G or a deity in specific, or a mythology of deities. What do you think? Who is God? What is God? It's a God form, right? Or an egregore. Probably a God form. There is something in chaos magic where you can create your own gods. So how do you graduate from an egregore to a god? I wonder. How are you guys? I always have some idea of the god or gods my characters believe in when I write. In what capacity? Like, are you creating gods from scratch for them to believe in, or are there... yeah. Authortuber and Scotty. Yeah. I assume that's how it's pronounced anyway. I could be super wrong. See it as symbolisms of things that can guide me through life, while I pay tribute to said guidance in small rituals and work of art. Yeah, you build the religion for them. So you basically, like, make a god of something as opposed to like an all-powerful, all-seeing, monotheistic thing. I don't know. How do you build your gods when you're writing? Excuse me. Goodness. So you pay tribute. right? Which I suppose I do, right? It's a trade-off. If I pay in some kind of homage, some kind of tribute, then they're like, okay, let's work. Let's do the things. Let's hang out. Oh, and also I have a Discord. Come hang out. Let's be cool together. So currently, the gods I work with are Hecate and Ganesh and Saraswati. And I've started working with Kernoon. I need to do a couple of other different things for tribute to him. It's a very weird relationship with Kernoon. Super weird. No, it's not super weird. It's just I don't know. Definitely prefer my gods with a lowercase g. So they're like part of a pantheon, then, right? You create a pantheon, and then they believe in certain gods. Do you write fantasy? Out of curiosity. I like being the village witch. Just got messages for some witchy work, which is cool. Yeah, fantasy with different religions in different areas. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So what about on this plane? Like, do you believe in deities or god forms? Small deities and patrons, yeah. Yeah. It's something that a lot of people struggle with is finding their patron god. And sometimes you don't need one. Granted, my patron for my own life, I'm not religious at all. Right on. I need coffee. Coffee. I keep my mind open. There are things we can't explain even if we try. That is true. caffeine, yeah. Tea, thing. We need the things. I need to export. I need to drop. I think I need to drop Falcor. Boop. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Let's get some coffee. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure I did a video on God forms, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, I'm covering my comments with a window. Let's undo that. Right on. Oh. Going on a coffee journey. So it's October, right? Which means that the witchy new year is coming, which is Samhain, right? Ooh, there's a cat. Hi, cat. I did not see the cat. So I am thinking I'm going to do some Samhain things, some ancestor worship, and let's see, or at least tribute to my ancestors. And then burning bowl. Yeah. It'll be cool. Oh. Audio. Weird. Usually if I unplug my mic, it decides that I should be on mute, which is fine and dandy, I suppose. And it didn't do that this time. So I usually drop some candy off at the crossroads for Hecate on Halloween, on Samhain. What ifs? What ifs? My case is like falling apart. The case on my laptop. So I'm trying not to cut myself. There's a lot of like wacky stuff regarding gods in that liminal book. What did wig me out a little bit was her take on the liminal spaces, which is gnosis, basically. That's what she's talking about. She just doesn't know what the fuck to call it, because she's like, this is where we do most of our work. And I'm like, yes, that is where we do most of our work. But she's like, it's so mysterious. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, don't worry about my Nightbot. I turned a bunch of commands on, or like timers on. but I don't think I paid attention to the time. Love learning about religions. Yeah, I think they're, well, because they're like mythologies, right? To include Christianity. What time is, or what temperature is it? 6:55. It is fall. It is fall. I too like learning about religions. If I were to talk about my relationship with Carnoon, people would probably think I'm crazy. At least until I talk to a fellow witch. Like, what's a dream? What even is a dream? Da, 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 da. Christianity is mythology too. A myth that simply didn't fit with me. I don't think I fit with it either. But then again, I wasn't exactly raised with it. I don't really have a frame of reference. So all of that I know about Christianity, I've learned from my Catholic and Mormon friends. Maybe a couple of Lutherans, but they're usually pretty quiet when it comes to religion. But Catholic, if you say, I want to talk about religion, Catholics and Mormons are like the first to be like, oh, hell yeah, we are here for that. I think I scared off the Mormons in my neighborhood. But you went to Icelandic and Scandinavian gods, and they're working out for you, doll? I think the question becomes like, what is the benefit? And then what is the tribute? I should put together my blanket fort. Oh my God. Hold on. So my blanket forts are basically temples. I've known plenty of Christian varieties, but I wasn't raised into any of it. Yeah, they showed up. I mean, a myth with a blind god, really? Disabled beings are deities. I'm in. Right on. You felt inclusive. So that's cool to feel accepted because you happen to be in the paradigm of said God in the life path, basically. Hi, pronoun. We're talking about gods in the plural and our relationships with them. What does God mean to us, basically? I think they are spirits or they are entities that lord over a particular avenue that I happen to subscribe to, like be it like fortune or be it, I'm really big on fortune. And then there are people outside. but I'm wearing my headset so I can barely hear them. Hi, pronoun. Oh, my cigarette is only half lit. That's unfortunate. So how about you, pronoun? How do you, not to call you out like as soon as you get here, but how would you define God? With a lowercase or an uppercase, or what are your relationships with God? Do you have one? Laurel does not have a relationship with deities or anything like that, so I should probably be closer to the mic. Probably be closer to the mic when I talk. There's got to be a way to do this. I know what to do. Da, da, da. There we go. So I can be close to the mic and not like hunch over my back. But yeah, I am an artist and a musician, and I do a lot of art. I do not just illustration, but like if you can define it by art, I pretty much do it. And that means that I kind of subscribe to gods like Bast, and I subscribed to Bast like whoa when I was a teenager, because I was her target audience, man. Like, wait a minute, like a pickpocket who is like excellent with music and mischief and cats and all of those things. Like, of course I'm here for it. Of course I'm here for it. But I kind of grew out of it, right? So, but it wigs me out a little bit when I see like boomers kind of appropriating Bast, which I say that because I just learned about a belly dance troupe of like not elderly women, no, like middle-aged women who are dancing under the name Bast and are doing like an homage to Bastet, apparently, with their dance, even though she doesn't subscribe to Bast at all. So it's hazy and I don't like it, but I'm in a show with her, so such is the life. How you guys feeling? But yeah, that's really cool. If you put out feelers and a god snatches it up, like that's cool stuff. That's basically what happened with me with the Hindu gods. I just put out feelers and Hindu gods answered. Saraswati and Ganesh both. And a bit of Kali, but I haven't needed Kali for a while now. Agnostic theist. Believe there is a God more often than I don't. I'm just not sure of said God's intentions, if it has any at all, as in the big G, right? Yeah. But what's to say that God is like within you, right? What's to say that heaven is here and now and what we make of it? And hell is a world that we are trapped on earth in our own spiritual world of hell. Be it anger or greed or I can't remember all 10 worlds. I can't remember them, but hadn't heard of boomers appropriating deities before. Yeah, I hadn't thought of it, but there's a lot of women who are in the boomer category that I know, who are really big on gatekeeping with money. Like, you have to buy this like fancy schmancy wand, or that's made by a witch and blessed and made from specific stuff, or you could use the wand that you got from Harry Potter World. Works just as well. It's the same fucking thing. I mean, it's nice to have a nice resonance that you don't have to build yourself. I guess that's the benefit, but sometimes the resonance isn't so nice when you have it done by a fellow witch. Okay, I need to make Nightbot not as not as prevalent. Yeah, I don't believe it in heaven and hell as in the Christian sense. Yeah. I think of heaven and hell in a very Buddhist sense. And witchcraft kind of like helps reinforce my Buddhism, if that means anything. That just feels icky. Hate anything that feels gatekeepy. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Not that I'm trying to gatekeep boomers for like appropriating God. Well, so they're not actually like worshiping gods, or they're not paying tribute to gods because they're trying to make a relationship. They're doing it to show off. And that just leaves me feeling icky. Right? So does Bast like roll her eyes at such displays? Like, who answers when you do something like that? Is it the god that you intend? Like, oh, we're doing a thing to Bastet, and then you suddenly like summon Kali instead. Like, how does that work? God is in you and all around you, not found in buildings or wood stone. Split a piece of wood and I'm there. Lift a stone and you will find me. Yeah. Right. Also, Stigmata is a really cool movie. Did you know Billy Corgan did the soundtrack for that movie? Also, I have a huge hard-on for Gabriel Byrne. Do you replace God with magic? Oh, I see. Magic gods and all the, tribute therein and work therein that you do is not necessarily with a big God, but with whatever your paradigm is, right? Just listen to the song Mary Mary played at the beginning. Yeah, super good. The movie is basically about an agnostic woman who gets the stigmata, and a priest who tries to help her. And it's super good. And it has a really great soundtrack. Half of it is like mixed from other bands and stuff like that, but half of it he actually composed, which was super good. So if we think of it that way, God is just a way of funneling our energy, right? Now, when it comes to tribute, it gets hazy because so the Buddhist community seems to think that if you just chant, good things will happen. If you just chant, the bad things will go away. Will not go away, but you'll overcome them. Right? So, but I don't believe that. I don't believe the more you chant, the more likely good things will happen. Hi, Eva. How you doing, love? Oh, I fixed my PayPal so I can pay you back, by the way. I wasn't just like, sloughing you off or anything like that. I actually was having a problem with my PayPal and I fixed it. So I can now send money and receive money again. It is a big relief because that's how I get paid for a lot of things. And that's how I pay for a lot of things. So it is somewhat problematic. Cash App. Yeah. Yeah, it took about a month and I still have some issues. Like on the phone, it still says that I need to like submit personal information, and I'm not going to do that. My security like question and password should be enough. My thumbprint should be enough. Like, you don't need my fucking personal information. You don't need my social security number. You don't need my passport. You don't need my driver's license. You don't need that crap. No, you don't get it. So I think Ganesh is going to get some more attention from me come this week because I got billed for my COVID test, but I'm not sure if it was submitted properly or if I was declined. And so So it's gone to collections. So a bill collector has taken over for the urgent care center that I went through, but they're not telling me that. They didn't tell me that they didn't cover it. They basically didn't submit it. So yeah. So I guess I'm paying, $540 for fucking COVID testing. I think I'm going to pay it. I mean, I have the money to do so. I just wish I didn't have to pay it. It was supposed to be covered by the state, but because I tested negative, maybe it was declined. Like, there's a 7-year statute. If you claim it every month, the 7-year starts. Also, hi, Nicole. Hi. We're talking about God forms and how I'm going to be talking to Ganesh regarding this bill that I have to pay. Maybe I will get a gig that will replace the fee that I have to drop. But that means I'm making a temple. So I'm actually upgrading the shrine. So it'll be a double shrine. So it'll have outer doors and inner doors and all kinds of cool stuff. So I know where in the blanket fort I want to put it. Definitely don't take my word for it, but medical bills are a racket. The collection agency is making money. The hospital urgent care has already written it off. Oh. Yeah, coughing, chilling. How do you define God? What does the word God mean to you? I'm curious. I'm preparing for isolation. Summer is coming. Yeah. Cough? Where did that come from? God is the universe. Mm-hmm. Not so emotionally linked. The aesthetic isn't necessarily the mood. No, God. God mean. What does God mean? What does God mean to you? Yeah. See, that's an interesting thought. So is it that I don't understand art, and therefore, in order to understand art, I need to pay homage to Saraswati or Benzaiten or or Bast for that matter. How does that work? I'm curious, do you guys hear from this mic? Or do you hear from that mic? I wonder. It's beyond our understanding as non-gods. I'd never say anyone should anything. I would say it's not that I should, right? It's maybe that I would benefit if I were to build a temple to my gods that I work with. Okay, so this one. All right, cool. Does it crackle like a bitch? Because I know if it rubs against anything, it'll crackle. Also, my cord is super twisty. Super twisty. So yeah, that's a thing I'm gonna do, and I'll probably do some hedge writing once I have all of my stuff in the temple and all the protection and the body paint and all of that stuff. Okay, so it crackles a little bit, but not bad. All right. As long as I keep it away from my body, maybe. Yeah, I knew what you meant. No. Also, if you guys want to do sprints, Orla and the Nerdy Book Nerd are currently streaming. So if you would like to do some sprints, there is the linky thing for. Also, Zara Hoffman is with friends and doing sprints as well. They're planting a forest, as it were, using the forest app. So there's that as well. I don't have hers open, though. But Orla and Nerdy Book Nerd. I don't know if they're going to wrap up because they started at 7, I think, or 7:30. Or did they start at 8? Oh, fuck me in time. God damn. Fuck me in time. Ding. I just got the notification for Orla's stream, which is weird. Also, my subscriptions have been bumping lately. Super bumping. All right. It is 10 o'clock. Do we continue reading in the book and kind of skip over some of this God stuff and start talking about like other spirits, maybe? Or do we wrap up and join some writing sprints, some productivity sprints? Is that a thing we do? I should do Nightbot once an hour. Also, or maybe every few, you can say something different every few minutes. But this, like, every 15, I have 2 things that fire off every 15 minutes. Like, that's kind of messed up. I need to fix that. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. What say you guys? Do you want to hang out a little while longer? I can start throwing cards. Maybe nice things. Since tomorrow is going to be crazy shadow day. Thank you, Nightbot. I've got to take out this trash. 3rd cup of coffee. Housework to do. You can keep me company. Cool. Let's hang out for a bit. That sounds great. Now the question is, do we, I don't know. Is that a question? Do you come on stream and then we chit chat while you clean? Or do you just listen to me while I struggle to find things to talk about? Yeah, I'm going to skip over this God stuff. I think we all understand what the fuck God is. We've all got our definitions. Sorry. All right, I need to fix Nightbot. Timers. Edit. And the drinky bit and Discord. You know what? That's fine. Also, I should make a new one. Sit up straight. Posture check. How about that? Oh, because I just cracked my back in many places. Oh, it only tops out at an hour. Um, 30 minutes. Yeah, okay. Nightbot should be work a little bit better now. I was just going to listen. No one needs to see me scrub toilets. But love the idea of throwing cards. Okay, let's throw some cards. I'm gonna finish making my coffee and then I'll pop over into my makeshift studio and we'll throw some cards. I need creamer. I'm running out of creamer. A little bit more, please. That's that. That is that. That is a reasonable amount. Let's do the things. Sit on some pens. Why don't I? Do I need the lamp? Not really. Not really. Sunlight is good, at least for the time being. Switch mics. All right, who wants to be first? Oh, that's a pretty card. Who wants to be first? How about you, Nicole? Or Doll? Or Nicole? Warning you about your writing career. That would be a shadow deck, I think. Remember, it's a long haul. You're not going to get, like, instantaneous results. Okay. Nicole. Ooh. Oh. This is upside down then. All right. I don't know what you're the queen of. Pentacles, maybe? I don't know what you're the page of. Pentacles, maybe? Seeing a lot of pentacles. A lot of pentacles. And a lot of knights. So, You would like to use some shadow decking? Well, I'm doing the nice deck at the moment. Let's look at some of these pentacles. We got some swords and we got some pentacles. This card describes an individual who chooses to keep secrets and go it alone. When we distance ourselves from others, is it because we need to feel independent, or is it because relationships can be challenging? While this card can allude to someone who is being deceitful or distant in your life, it also demands us to look inwards and examine our own motivations. Find the boundary between independence and isolation, and the difference between secrecy and deceit. But then you've got maybe a stable, maybe a mother figure, like a stable mother figure. Wands. Come on, pentacles. Where are my pentacles? Oh, they're called coins, that's why. Oh, I need one more. Ooh. Looks like you're going it alone. There's a lot of going it alone going on here. And having to do with money as well. The Hermit shows you a time of deep introspection. You are considering your spiritual self and looking to understand your own soul above the world surrounding you. This will lead you to comfort, to the attainment of satisfaction that comes only from truly knowing yourself. A rebel. I think it's less about the rebel and more about community and tradition, right? But you've got, like, you are full speed ahead when it comes to learning, when it comes to money, when it comes to just getting shit done. And Ten of Swords reverse. Wounds never mend instantly, but remember that in order to heal, one must survive the battle. This 10 now urges you to make the best of the second chance, but also reminds you to be patient with yourself as you move past these turbulent waters. So it's not an easy path, but there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of care, and it's hard to figure out what is trustworthy information and what is not. But community is super helpful, or maybe it's tradition that you are trying to, those are the turbulent waters that you're trying to go through. Yeah, it says go it alone. So maybe that's, or maybe this is Mad Raptor. I think you're going to be pinching your pennies too. The scales have not been generous. If you, or rather, the scales are not very even. If you've been generous, you won't benefit from it. On the other hand, you might have been taking advantage of someone, and such a deed will not reap rewards either. Financial or otherwise, there is a pronounced power difference being represented, which is worth investigating. But I think there's a lot of introspection happening. There's a lot of getting shit done, full speed ahead, both in money and in just guts, just having the cojones to do it. Yeah, I would say overall that's pretty positive. But something to consider. Maybe one more card to say whether to go with Mad Raptor or not. I would say not. I would say do it on your own. The Empress in reverse suggests that you feel something is missing or lacking in your life. It could be a creative block or an unsatisfying personal relationship. Something is sapping your joy and enthusiasm for life, and it is likely a good time to focus your energy within. Get in touch with your heart and away from overactive mental activity to discover what you are needing in this moment. Hi, Orla. I'm throwing cards for the next hour. So what that reads to me is that, yeah, you're moving ahead and doing all of that stuff, but maybe you don't get it done in time. Of course, you can always prove me wrong. You can always, you can always prove me wrong and actually meet your deadline. But it sounds like you're going to do neither. You're going to look inward and do your own thing because there's a possibility you might not make your deadline. But of course, that's not set in stone, right? All right, there were people wanting this damn magnetic box. There were people wanting the shadow deck, which I was saving for tomorrow, but do you want the shadow deck for your reading, doll? Or do you want the nice deck? And Nicole wanted a shadow one, but I gave her a rather shadow Celtic cross tomorrow. Okay. I'll do something like easy. Oh. My power wasn't in. Cool. because I'm just doing 3-card things today.
Purple box.
Purple box is a witchy like subscription box, and I got 2 of them this month, which means I might have goofed and gotten 2 memberships. So I need to go in and cancel one of them. But that means I have an extra goddess box that I'm gonna give to someone. I might send it to my friend Dana because it was just her birthday. Blinky, blinky, blink.
Yeah, my eyes are like super dry. I just put some drops in them. Wow. It feels like gunk is coming through. So much gunk.
Okay, we're gonna wait on the shadow deck. Oh, that's the lid. No wonder. Guys, for the shadow work, I'm definitely going to want protection. With the nice deck, not so much. Just your right. Is it writing or is it money? Let's find out what's up. Ooh. Looks like you're not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay, so this is coming up again. You've got 2 knights. In reverse. So, super frustration. So, the King of Coins. Coins, damn it. I think because this is definitely a coins thing. Okay, so there's been like you've been frustrated at the delays, right? It's a sword. It's not a sword. She has a sword, but it's not a Knight of Swords. It doesn't say what suit they are, is the problem. Knight of Cups. Yeah, Knight of Cups. It's a very emotional period for you. You may have allowed yourself to delve too deeply into a project and now coming back to reality. Be patient with this potentially overwhelming phase. Will pass. I think it's not a rough one, because I think you're going to find a new project that so here's what's happening. You're distracted and you're frustrated. You have been distracted, you have been frustrated, you have been disappointed in how things are going, you're unhappy, you're feeling stuck, you're looking inward a lot. But like, people are only going to see your success. Like, and you've got like happiness on the way, you've got, your cup is overfilling, a new project is, so when it rains it pours, right? So patience is key. Patience is key. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. Keep tapping into your heart for some of this writing. Keep tapping in. Just trust your gut when it comes to who to send your work to. Also, you might want to look into Mad Raptor, maybe. But you've had a rough go of things, but it's going to turn around. As gnarly as things have been in the recent past and in the long past, your future is really bright. Like, there's family, there's happiness, there's your cup overfilling, and people are only seeing the good things, right? We're seeing your work, we're seeing you succeed. So yeah, just be patient. It is a long haul. Hi, Kat. I'm throwing cards this morning. Would you like me to throw your cards? I'm going with the nice deck today. It's the Ostara Tarot. Putting up a great happy show. Yeah, patience. Yep. Patience. And you might request a reading about work and writing tomorrow, but those cards are going to tell you whatever those cards are going to tell you. So be prepared to hear just about anything tomorrow. Oh, posture check. Posture. Okay. Would you like a deck? Well, would you like a... How's your story coming, doll? Yeah. Also, Kat, you inspired me to get the new Star Wars expansion for Sims. And I bought the island living one because you guys were doing island living things. And I was like, oh, I still don't have that expansion. So now I have mermaids. I have a mermaid who's super happy. I need that message for myself. Yeah, I wrote a new timer. Also, that's a little soon, but okay. That's fine. How do you feel about a tarot reading? Getting out of the roadblock. Yay. That's exciting news. Not gonna pee. Not gonna pee on myself. I need to reshuffle these cards. Reshuffle these cards. All right, this looks good. Island living is pretty nice. I don't have Star Wars yet because I'm disappointed about it. I need more money. Wait till it goes on sale. What is there to be disappointed about Star Wars Land? Because it's basically Galaxy's Edge. It's based off of Disney. For now, do you want a reading? Yay, doll. That's a good way of putting it. Some things just don't translate, you know? Service is great, I just didn't want a pack for it. Oh, I see. So far it looks really good. I did create a sim yesterday in like 15 minutes and then ported her over to Batu, which is a vacation zone. Also, thank you. You want to see them up close? Check that out. Yeah. Ooh. They make sounds really good. Okay, I gotta use the restroom. This is gonna be a thing. Oh shit. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to do a thing. I don't need the headset on right now. I don't need to listen to shit. All right. Hi, Spence. I'm throwing cards today. Throwing cards today. This is my nice deck. It is the Ostara Tarot. It kind of like, it has tact. It has tact. Yeah, Skull Candy. That's their like $200 pair of headphones things. It's their premium stuff. And I haven't been using it all these years, but now I have no excuse because I'm doing the audiobook thing and it's got noise canceling stuff on it and the sound quality is great. Oh, Orla. Okay, cool. Orla. Ooh, the star. And bucking tradition. And standing your ground. Ooh. Cool. The Page of what? Wands? The Six of Cups? Someone was really keen on whales when they did this deck. Three of Cups. No, Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Okay, so you are taking the right steps towards healing old wounds. And you need a break. And it's a good time to count on your friends. It's a good time to be supported by people. And kind of, I think of it as bucking tradition, but maybe it's, let's see what this says about it. Questioning traditional beliefs and the status quo. You feel pressure to conform, but you do not agree with the belief systems upheld by the group. You need to shake things up for yourself in order to enjoy more spontaneity and freedom in your life. But the spontaneity is there. Like, hang out with your buds. It's a thing. So, but this is really great. 10 of Cups. Spend the time to amend any tense situations. And a free spirit who heralds new beginnings. This moonlit marauder has not yet been weighed down by the burdens of the material world and has a true passion for life and its potential. The appearance of the page in a reading indicates that you are on the verge of a new discovery or a new phase of life. You've been experiencing a creative restlessness that is waiting for expression. This card represents the creative spark that comes suddenly and ignites the flames of a new passion for life.
So it looks like a lot of questioning the status quo and like kind of taking a break and taking care of yourself for a while and looking forward to the future. But in order to heal, and you're taking the right steps to heal, you are. But in order to heal, it's time to kind of like confront things and kind of come to a not an agreement, but kind of like a consensus of what needs to be done. But stand your ground, because, well, I wouldn't say because. I mean, just stand your ground. I know. Nine of Swords. So obviously, these thoughts trouble you. Oh, it's the 9. I see. It's not standing your ground. Pain is felt keenly in the dark, but some decisions should be slept on, for everything is clearer in the morning. So you might feel attacked for not believing and for taking a break and for cups. Whatever these painful memories, I mean, you're healing and you've got a good support network. You just need to tap into it. And you've got this, like, this hope, this optimism to kind of like come through the other side on this. But it's time to kind of face the music. Things aren't as bad as they seem, right? The shit seems to have flown. You might be feeling attacked and feeling having trouble sleeping, maybe, or having bad dreams, having bad memories. But don't be afraid to, I don't want to say, I'm trying to think of the right words. You're healing and you're taking the right steps to overcome this inner, glad I have the week off, lots of reset upcoming, good time for reflection perhaps. Good time for rest. So maybe less reflection and more just self-care and hanging out with your friends who support you. And it's okay to have questions. It's okay to kind of like look inward, but don't let it overwhelm you. Don't. You deserve the rest. You do. So kind of assessing what is causing the bad dreams might help a little bit, maybe. I also know some witchcraft regarding that stuff because I had the same problem, but my stuff worked. So you have a big rest coming and make the most of it. Make the most of it. Hi, Spence. Love you, darling. I'm throwing cards this morning. Also, yay. Oh, hi, Chelsea. Oh, thank you. I'm throwing cards today. Oh, I totally missed your post. I'm so sorry. So, what do you think, Spence? Or Chelsea? Would you like a... Yeah, Chelsea DeMarco. Would you like a reading? I appreciate almost all dreams I get, good and bad, unless a family member dies in it. Yeah, I feel you there. Yeah, look forward to that rest. Stay optimistic. Oh, you love one. Okay. Let's do it. I'm gonna take these cards out so that we don't have repeats. It's a 9-card spread. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I've got the energy. Okay. So things might seem, regarding your marriage, things might seem rough right now, but honestly, good things are coming. It's going to work out. That's the long and short of it. Like, it looks like it's, I mean, you've got a, if you think of fate as a wheel, like things really suck right now. Things are really awesome. Well, you have an awesome arc coming, and it's going to take sacrifice. I'm not going to lie. It's going to take sacrifice. Um, it might be easy to be cruel or to kind of like spit back if someone comes at you. Um, I think she is of cups. So creativity and being open to love. Granted, I mean, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but he's just as lost as, like, the other person, your partner, is just as lost as you are. And it's, you, I mean, you can cry over spilt milk, you can, but maybe it's good to get the tears out, and then you guys can kind of recover together. But it'll work out. I mean, you get pretty much everything that you could want. It's a good situation. It might seem rough right now. It might seem distant, and it might seem like you could help each other and you just won't. But and there's a miscommunication happening between you and the other person. But it's okay. It'll be all right. Just know that they're just as hurt as, or not hurt, but lost, maybe. They're just as lost as you are. It's okay. I hope that helped a little bit, Chelsea. If there ever was a marriage card. Come on. Yeah. There's like a breakdown in communication somewhere. It's affecting you together. And thinking of switching jobs, but just bought a house. Yeah, I gotcha. It'll work out. I can throw one more card to see if the job switch should happen. And that's a yes. Maybe a job switch is a good idea. You're going to come out of this strong. You're going to come out of this. This is going to test your resolve. It is. But there's an opportunity for growth with intellect and wisdom. The humblest of creatures can rally its courage to champion a cause. However, we are cautioned that raw intellect can result in misfortune when left unchecked by morality. Temper your wits with a strong sense of ethics. So I would say, yeah, go ahead and make that job switch, even though you just bought a house. And it's going to be trying, but you're going to be triumphant. And a logical mind is key. Just, hi, Cliftifer, yay! So, it sounds like I'm throwing cards today. I think this is a big enough stack that I can work it back in. You might want to stagger the switching of jobs, but it'll work out. Just be logical about it. Right. At least you're doing it together. Well, it is a full moon, so that probably helps. It looks like it's all about manifestation with the moon lately. Hi, Dahlia. So good to see you. I'm throwing cards this morning. I'm using my nice deck. And Cliftifer and Bonnie. Yay. And Spence. Spence is next in the queue. Let's see what is up. Two of coins. Ooh, new trade, new job. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, hold on. I want to see this properly out. I want to try and figure this out properly before I start spinning, like saying stuff. I think there is a so okay, so there's a new job coming, or maybe a new trade, new money in your pocket. New money in your pocket. Maybe you're trying not to isolate yourself, but you've got the skill set for this endeavor, whatever this money making endeavor, this trade action that you're doing. You know what you're doing. You're rocking that out. I think there's an injustice that is burdening you, and there's a lot of risk involved. But let me tell you, you might be going 100 miles an hour down the road, and you're going to get to where you're going fast. I think there's this depression, there's this, and I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. You might not have the stable footing you're wishing for, but this doesn't mean you won't find your sea legs. So recognize when you're being manipulated, guilt-tripped, or goaded into fruitless arguments. In these situations, it's better to shift perspective or to simply walk away. I think it's really affecting you personally. Yeah, there's that burden. Oh, she's not. Is she? You have some challenges to overcome, but you are focused on what really matters. At the same time, guard against arrogance and self-importance. Keep in mind that your own success does not diminish that of others, and that the best way to promote your own happiness is to promote that of others as well. So I think this is, you'll overcome it, but it might get worse before it gets better. Look for the little things like that. I know you are like super anti silver linings and all of that, like fuck silver linings, but you could really benefit from some silver linings. Look for things that bring you joy. Pay attention to you, and like when it comes to altercation, those bites are going to be painful. Maybe you feel like you're going to get hit by a car or something. Not literally, obviously. You're not literally getting hit by a car, but it kind of feels that way. Damn it, Nightbot, you're not supposed to actually talk to each other. So, you have the skill set. There's new income. Maybe guard against being an asshole about it. But you'll overcome it. It's probably better if you just don't engage. I think this is burdening you, and it's not helping to hold on to it. It's not benefiting you in any way to keep holding on to this. Let's see what their definition of this is. You are master over your own fate. Pursue your plans with confidence in your abilities. Mastery does not come without careful practice and self-discipline, so now is the time to apply yourself in earnest. So you gotta have the willpower to overcome this, for sure. Feeling that hard. Imposter syndrome and anxiety, and I'm being twitchy about it the last few days. Yeah. But you see, have confidence in yourself. Like you have this. You got this. Like it's working in your benefit. And it hurts. It does. I know it does. But I can't just say, believe in yourself. Like, I can't, like that. It doesn't work that way. I know it doesn't. But I have faith in you. And I think most of us have faith in you. But this burden is not helping you in any way. All right. Everyone welcome, Rider Lock. Everyone welcome, Rider Lock. Yeah, Nicole. Yay. Hi. I think I'm going to do a party on Discord later. Oh, I'm not sure about the risk in going somewhere, but yeah. So, not so much risk as willpower and having command over your own life, over your own fate. You're not an imposter. You might feel like you're. How is Sako today? Sako is feeling helpful. I should be drawing, is what I should be doing. Yeah. Yay, new creative things. Yay, new things that can earn you money. Whatever that is. And you might feel like you don't have the skills to do it, but you do. Just gotta have confidence in yourself. All right. Does anybody else want a thing? Oh, I thank you. Oh, it's already past the 2-hour mark. Maybe I should get to drawing. We all have imposter syndrome at some point in our career. I'm sure. I came in super late, but I'll watch the rest and then replay, and I have my coffee. It's still brewing. No problem. Ooh. Do you want a reading, Cliftofer? It's my nice deck. Ah. Sure. Okay. Awesome. Let's see what's up. Okay. Let's just collect this. It looks like now, for one, this is all stuff within your power, right? It looks like with your family, it's good. It is. If you picture the 9 of coins, like it's a beautiful woman in a garden, like satisfied and drinking wine and eating grapes and just enjoying her surroundings. Yeah, glass half full for sure. Having passion, having guts, having faith in yourself, and good news and opportunity coming your way. Often people want to hear what you are thinking and feeling, so share your opinions and feel content. Um, and you've been ignoring stuff and hoping it goes away, but like the other side is willing to hear you out. Um, there's a chance that you're being blocked in some way, or at least it's going really slow. Because this may be due to your inability to clearly define what it is that you want. So you kind of need to take a step back and take some time to really figure out what your goals and aspirations are. It sounds like things have been kind of rough. But honestly, it hasn't been all that rough. You're just like starting, and that momentum is carrying you through. It's carrying you through. People want to hear what you have to say. They want to see what you have to offer. But there's an opportunity for satisfaction and legacy and families. Maybe there's like a familial problem happening. But it's okay, because like, don't just like repress how you feel because you think people won't hear you out, but they will. They'll hear you out. It's okay. But good things are coming, especially if you kind of like release this tension that you're holding. Man, you've earned it. You deserve sanctuary. And you've got passion, like, you got passion, you got this, I don't want to call it innocence. Innocence isn't the word, but just that there's this line that has always kind of messed with me called unfuck yourself. And that's kind of the impression that I'm getting here, is that you are unfucked. You are uninhibited by the weight of the world. Granted, you've been kind of repressing things for the benefit of others, and you don't have to do that. Oops, I put this in the wrong stack. Pronoun, would you like a thingy? Mr. Mistress of the Hearth. Last night's page was shaking really bad. Oh, that's really unfortunate, Spence. How do you feel? Anybody else want a reading? I figure I got another 15 minutes. And then I'll probably switch to arting. I'll make a fresh stream for that. Oh, hey, Eva. Would you like a reading? Caller may grab me away with not much notice. So no worries. It'll be a brief reading. Ew. Yeah, that's cool. Blind community stuff, cool. Also, thank you, Ostara Deck. Taller them, alright? Hi, Renata. It's horrible. Alright. So, your generosity. It's, yeah, you're giving more than you're taking, but you're strong. You don't need all that much. Let's see, unlike the other wand cards, the king doesn't pursue specific aspirations, but rather seeks to change the world to match his vision. He excels at leading others to do the work for him through encouragement and influence. This card indicates that you are passionate and goal-oriented, and that you possess a long-term purpose. He warns against arrogance or aggression in the pursuit of your goals. Consider the ideas of others and accept help when you are in need of it. Yeah, you're also the kind of person who will tell it like it is, but don't do that as an excuse to be an asshole. Because you're sharp and to the point, but maybe to the point of cruelty. You don't need to be abrasive. Intellect wins. Uh, I think it has to do with um, your relationship specifically. Trust your intuition. It represents fulfillment, particularly in the romantic sphere of life. Trust your intuition to guide you toward a life that will bring you happiness and satisfaction. Furthermore, take a moment to appreciate the blessings in your life and reflect on the peace you have achieved. So you've got a creative boon, but don't lose yourself to the needs of others who may come to you for aid. Creativity and imagination are powerful traits in the presence of the Queen, and now may be the ideal time to put your energies into a new work project or hobby. And whatever it is, I mean, there's still going to be that recognition for it. Time away. What are we waiting for? That the plague has left us feeling. Yeah. Well, whatever. It's going to work out. I mean, you're going to get that satisfaction out of the relationship. I don't know if that means he's going to be leaving. Oh, you mean away from work? Oh, then, yeah. So here's the thing. I know you're strong, but don't let people take advantage of you. Um, and it might hurt your feelings when you do that. It just doesn't benefit you when that kind of thing happens. But it's okay to, I think it would be wise for him to take off without work and spend some time with him. Um, Beware of cyclical arguments. Oh, 10 of Swords. Things might look dark now. Yeah, I definitely understand what you mean. Yeah, strong is just scar tissue. I definitely feel you there. Mm-hmm. You give a lot more than you take. Um, but don't let people take advantage of you. I feel you. I think you deserve that. Um, you're going to start a new project, start a new thing, and get recognition for it. It does signify betrayal or loss or defeat. but where one thing ends, it's kind of like the lowest point before this is as bad as it gets, which is the upside, right? I hope that's my idea, my book idea for Nano. I'm excited. Seven Dwarves retelling somehow, I think. Yeah, it's possible. I think it might be more personal than that. I think when he takes off of work, concentrate on loving each other more than arguing. Also, you don't need to sacrifice yourself so much. It's okay. I mean, it's there for you. There's no one in my life close enough to hurt me on a personal level outside of my husband. He and I are in a very good place lately. It's the world that's dragging us down. Yeah, I can definitely see that. But I think this vacation thing, to ignore COVID, I think it's going to be really good for you. I think it's going to be refueling, and I think you'll come back with fresh ideas and a newfound passion for this new project, which is great. I see nothing but benefit. You seem so excited by the idea of not having to go to work for a minute. Yeah. Yeah, I think both of you would really benefit from it. I legit asked him to take off every day. He's not so receptive, strong of work ethic, doesn't like his job at the moment, so feels bad taking time away. I feel that. Definitely feel that. But he would benefit from the time off for his relationship, if for no other reason. Ask him to do it for you, like just do it for me. Right? Like, I definitely feel you on the whole, like, the world dragging you down. But you guys really deserve to be together. Making me tear up. Nope, posture check. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm at the 2.5 mark, so I guess I should stop throwing cards and actually start drawing. Maybe eat something first. He can't. He'd feel so bad. I asked him to do it for the house vibe. Like, we need a pick me up, and we're just happier all together. Yeah. 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 Fuck yeah. He deserves to be home. Oh, yeah. Laugh at me. Feel free to laugh at me. All right. I'm going to wrap up this stream. Thank you all for joining me. Tomorrow is a special shadow deck day. I have some special guests coming in for, well, not guests to like be on stream with me, but guests as in they'll be in the chat. And I'll be doing full Celtic Cross stuff with the shadow deck. Have a wonderful day. Take care, folks.